Hi guys, good evening from Europe. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. 18th of May, Monday, second part of the US session. And Piotr is here, this Light Forex Global YouTube channel, and we are going to make an update about the metals. Yes, we are going to discuss the metals, especially a very interesting situation when it comes to the gold. We are going to also try to compare gold to silver and what we have over there. So, without the further delay, guys, I think it's time to go and visit the gold charts right here, right now. Okay, so let's start with the gold. Let's start with weekly chart. Let's have a look where we are from the weekly chart perspective. If you remember the earlier meeting, latest update, we discussed that first Powell yesterday ahead of the market open was trying to cheer the market, right? I've been talking about that the mandate to buying single stocks and ETFs might be the alternative to the vaccine. That's what we discussed. Anyway, market liked it. Then over the course of the day, dollar started to lose the ground. We've seen more upside when it comes to the risk on, also being that related to the German-French market comments when it comes to the reaction to the COVID-19, right? But then suddenly that's gonna be better visible from the intraday. We are going to get back to the higher time frame. We've seen this huge gold sell-off, all right? And we got back inside the channel we discussed it, right? So it's gonna be interesting, especially that when it comes to the pit market, the 8 minutes left, and it doesn't look like we are going to get back higher. So everything started around, let me place the weekly open for ya. All right, so everything started around huge supply from the weekly chart, and this supply visible here. All right, we hit some stops. As you can see, we went above this line and we have some kind of the rejection. Very interesting signal when it comes to the end of the day. So now, of course, switching to the daily chart, is beginning of the week. Now the weekly, right, open levels close to 1744. Previous week high, right? In that case, we are talking about the 1751. That could be some kind of the swing creation. Even more, guys, even more when it comes to the gold. That could be treated as a failure when it comes to the breakout from the consolidation. And that was bottom of that consolidation was around 1680, right? Top of that consolidation around 1730, 1740, we are talking about them, well, at least stops to the downside, if that's gonna be the case, and then similar to the size of that consolidation to the downside. And in that case, there is a chance to test untested levels. All right, we are talking about the levels close 1630. Yes, sounds a bit worry when it comes to the bull's perspective, but that's how it looks for me. So I'm waiting for the close of that day. If we are going to get the close below the Friday low, that's gonna be also outside day. All right, so let's switch lower. Looks like, right, this consolidation, when we are talking about the upside break, all right, being tested here and being broken right now. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Being tested here, and we are breaking around current level. So now if you are remember discussion about the single strong candle, levels close to 1735, but we are approaching towards the end of the day. I would be careful. This one could be market, yeah, may take it out and again retest weekly open. Look, guys, blue dotted line, weekly open, plus demand, all right, being tested, some levels of stops just below the weekly open based on the price intraday price action, right? So I would be very careful trying to sell right here straight away around 1735. I would rather wait for 1745, right? But that's, you know, everyone should do your own research, do your own homework, right? But looks very, very interesting when it comes to the gold from the short side perspective. Well, at least there is a chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there is a chance eventually to retest at least 1620 as discussed based on the daily failure at the top of the consolidation. Let's have a look what we have on the silver, because silver looks a little bit stronger when it comes to the comparison to the gold, because here, look guys, still we are well above daily open, well above weekly open, right? All right, we are testing supply, and this rejection is not accidental. That's the supply, and this broken demand as a supply, right? So we've got the confluence, right? So we have the only puzzle here for me, to be honest with you, is the thing that this type of the, you know, change of the market behavior, especially when the, you know, silver is treated as an industrial metal, right? That's happened when there is a bullish market sentiment. Of course, we've seen the rally because of the Powell, right, who was trying to cheer up the market. The same with the German-Franc cooperation, German and France cooperation, right? But well, maybe I'm wrong, and we have huge return into the bull market. So in that case, really the ratio between the silver and the gold should be in favor of the silver in that case, right? So that's how I see the things. But, big but, if you are going to end that day like it is here, so probably, let's go to the higher time frame. If you remember, the red line are the monthly chart, but also good visible here on the weekly. Right, probably we might see move back somewhere down towards 16 in that case, all right, towards 16 in that case. So I'm going to look where we are over the course of the week, because right now, because we have some switch when it comes to the silver gold ratio, I do prefer to watch very carefully the nearest gold levels and a little bit be flat on the silver, but I'm very curious what might happen in this huge supply a little bit higher, right? So in that case, I'm gonna be patient when it comes to the silver. Going to the smaller time frame, we just hit intraday demand. That's the intraday demand. So no doubt there is eventually we might see some rallies back. Now where we might see the rally back, 1727, 1735, and eventually, you know, the swing high creation closer to 1747, 1757. In case of that break, and that could be some kind of the almost one-to-one, right? There is a demand around 1627, but then I would rather watch for this monthly monthly level related to 16, right? That's how I see the thing. So maybe three waves the same size, and let me show you what I'm talking about here. So wave to the downside, bounce, wave to the downside, bounce, and final wave to the downside is giving us levels close to 1602. All right, that's how I see the things when it comes to eventually correction when we are talking about the silver. All right, guys, I'm monitoring FX, I'm monitoring indices towards the end of the day. If there is something interesting from my perspective, I'm going to make another quick update. Guys, take care, don't be trapped, and see you around. Have a good one.